Alrighty, YouTube. Matt back here with another forecast for you guys. Appreciate you for watching this video. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start out by saying we are about to enter a ridiculous period of just significant severe weather events this coming week. Today and tomorrow in Texas, we're still experiencing significant severe weather. But next week, guys, a tornado outbreak looks very, very likely, potentially on Monday. Severe weather outbreak already stated by the SPC Storm Prediction Center on Monday. Ohio Valley, you guys need to be heads up Tuesday through Thursday. The Mid-Atlantic, the Southeast, Dixie Alley, potentially Louisiana as well throughout the week. It's going to get very, very, very active starting basically today. Tomorrow we'll have a break on Sunday, and then Monday through Friday next week it's going to be a grind. So I will be popping out videos very, very quickly throughout each day. I'm going to be trying to be consistent with getting those uploaded to you guys here in the morning instead of afternoon. But we're going to go ahead and dive into this forecast because today we already have significant severe weather. We have a marginal risk of severe weather in the green shaded area, and that includes Nebraska, parts of New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Iowa. That's a level 1 risk out of 5 on the severe weather scale. And then you have in the yellow risk, that is a slight risk of severe weather, level 2 out of 5 here in Texas and in parts of Kansas and Nebraska. That is going to be 2 different modes of severe weather over here. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. But in the enhanced risk of severe weather today, we have a level 3 risk out of 5 added by the Storm Prediction Center this afternoon. And that is going to be for large hail up to 2 to 3 inches, maybe 4 inches in diameter, and tornadoes potential, and some damaging winds as well. Now, we have 2 different modes here, right? We're going to have an MCS squall line up in the north, and we're going to have isolated supercells with tornadoes and damaging winds here. There'll be a couple tornadoes that'll be possible in Kansas, but I'm not too concerned about that. We'll watch out for it as always. But that tornado risk for today, southern Nebraska, northern Kansas, eastern Colorado, parts of Texas, Oklahoma on the panhandle side over there could see a little bit of that. But our main focus for our tornado risk, once again, is going to be a lot of the same areas that saw it yesterday. Shifts a little bit further west towards Plainview, Lubbock, Big Spring, Snyder, Sweetwater, Abilene, San Angelo. We'll be watching out for you guys today, and I'll show you guys what that's going to look like here on the models here in just a minute. But significant severe weather again tomorrow as well, guys. We'll talk about that here as well. The risk zones for hail today, we do have a 30% hatched hail risk today in Texas. Anybody in that red shaded area, Big Spring, Sweetwater, Abilene, San Angelo, Big Lake, you have a 30% chance of seeing hail of 3 to 4 inches in diameter. And then in that yellow shaded area there in the black line, we have a 15% chance of 3 to 4 inch diameter hail potentially. Maybe some areas could see smaller than that. Up here towards the Nebraska and Kansas line, we see a 15% chance of regular hail, 1 to 2 inches in diameter, and then anywhere in that maroon shaded area is 1 to 2 inches in diameter. And then really quickly, I'll go ahead and run over tomorrow, and then I'll loop to the futurecast. Significant severe weather again tomorrow in the same exact areas. West Texas, we have a 10% hatched tornado risk tomorrow in this small orange and shaded area. That's going to include Midland, Odessa, Big Spring, Big Lake, and the Crane area here. And I'll show that here in just a minute. But this will be our first significant tornado risk tomorrow for Saturday in this area. And it's not very often we see a 10% hatch down south this far. It can happen, but I wouldn't say it's rare, but it's uncommon. In that slight risk as well, we have a 5% tornado risk and a 2% outside of that in the marginal. For Illinois, southern Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, and northern Louisiana tomorrow, this will be a wind and hail event. We'll have an ongoing broken MCS squall line tomorrow morning as this comes through Missouri. You can see some wind and some hail with that. Really not too concerned. Our focus is going to be, like I said, Texas tomorrow, where we have a 10% hatch tornado risk tomorrow in that yellow shaded area. And what this means is there's a 10% chance of an EF2 or higher rated tornado within a 25-mile radius of a given point. And then outside of that, there in the maroon shaded area here from Sweetwater to Big Spring, Andrews, into Hobbs, into Levington, New Mexico, Fort Stockton, Junction area as well. 5% and 2% tornado risk in the green and maroon area. That's something we'll be watching out for. We will be live for this tomorrow as significant tornadoes are going to be possible, and hail and wind. We have a 30% hatched hail threat as well with this tomorrow, and a 15% hatched hail risk with this. So the same applies to tomorrow as today. Gorilla size hail, 2 to 3, 4 inches in diameter anywhere in this area that I have circled in the red and yellow. And then outside of that maroon shaped areas, we will see that significant severe weather as well. Day 3 is very, very conditional as well. We'll have whatever storms fire off on Sunday. This should be a very, very low wind risk. I don't see this getting upgraded at all. The learning models don't have this either. This would be a wind and a hail event on Sunday. Sunday looks to be the more calm day before we get things ready to go on Monday. And we'll talk about Monday here in just a moment. on the Storm Prediction Center website here as well. But what is this going to look like today? Well, like I said, 2 different modes of severe weather today, and that's going to be including of supercells down here in Texas. We can see these cells firing off between 4 and 5 p.m. Supercells, this will be a tornado and a hail risk and a wind risk down there. Up north, your storms don't really start to initiate until around 6 to 7 p.m. Really not looking at nothing too significant. We could see that little Boeing line segment around after midnight come through, maybe Dodge City, Kansas area. We'll be watching out for this. Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux City, chance for some damaging winds. But down here in the Texas area, your storms are like 3 to 4 p.m. all the way to about 11, maybe midnight, and then they're pretty much done and over with. They'll fizzle out. And so that'll be kind of round 1. Our ongoing MCS tomorrow morning will be breaking up as it enters Missouri around sunrise. We'll really just see some light rain, maybe some heavy pockets of rain in some areas. I don't see too much of significant severe weather tomorrow in that area. Once that comes through, it should be pretty much done and over with. And then we set the stage tomorrow afternoon for that isolated strong tornado risk. And you can see multiple discrete supercells firing off here in West Texas, and this could produce some pretty significant tornado risk. So we're gonna have to watch this very, very closely tomorrow as far as that goes. Definitely did not see that coming. I was not paying too much of attention on that as we're getting ready for next week, but I'm glad that that is there to be aware of that tornado risk. So if you're in West Texas today and tomorrow, be weather aware as well. As far as Kansas, Nebraska, be aware of damaging winds and maybe a couple tornadoes. Overall, the picture for this weekend, if you're in the Ohio Valley, the Southeast, day-to-day severe thunderstorm activity will be limited. That won't set up until next week as we have scattered thunderstorms possible throughout the weekend for most of the Mid-Atlantic, Southeast, and Ohio Valley. Kind of widespread scattered activity. So we'll keep you guys updated on that as well. We're going to go ahead and we'll hop over to what we're looking at as far as this coming week. And this week, guys, once again, Monday, the Storm Prediction Center already highlighting a 15 and 30% 15 and 30% risk on Monday. They do have the word severe weather outbreak possible on Monday, and that is going to continue to go up. Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Missouri, Omaha, Tulsa, Lincoln, Hutchinson, Kansas, Wichita, Salina. You guys are in those 15 and 30% risk. The AI learning models, I don't show this too often, but I'll go ahead and show this to you guys now, have almost a high risk on Monday for Oklahoma and Kansas. They already have a moderate hatched risk as well. So I do expect a tornado outbreak to be possible. A severe weather outbreak is likely, at least as of Monday for now. That is continuing to increase in probabilities as we get closer to this event on Monday. So once again, Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, and into maybe South Dakota, we're going to be aware for a potentially tornado outbreak that could happen, if not at least a severe weather outbreak. A lot of talk here in the Storm Prediction Center as far as Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday goes. They've already highlighted a slight risk of severe weather on Wednesday or on Tuesday here for Arkansas, Western Kentucky, all of Illinois is in that, the whole state, Western, Central and Northern Indiana, Southern Wisconsin, Eastern Iowa, Central, Southern, Northern, Eastern Missouri, as well as Western and Tennessee. We'll be watching for all modes of severe weather as well. There's a pretty good chance that I do chase on YouTube on Tuesday, so make sure you guys have alerts on your phones for the stream there. That's where we'll be chasing at on Tuesday or Wednesday if that happens. On Wednesday, we have another slight risk of severe weather, or all modes of severe weather, for Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and southern Missouri and eastern Kansas as well. I do expect that risk zone to potentially shift into the Ohio Valley, as well as there is going to be extreme CAPE values. Dew points will be here as well. If there's any ongoing conduction from Tuesday morning that lingers over, or from Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, this could limit a little bit of severe weather, but I do think we're going to get a risk zone upgraded here in the Ohio Valley. It's on the learning models. There's a lot of conversation about the Ohio Valley, again, with significant potential severe weather on Wednesday. We'll be watching that for you guys, but at least that slight risk is out for those areas. Make sure you're weather aware in those areas, and that level 2 risk in the slight on Wednesday and Tuesday. Thursday, we don't have a risks yet, but the Storm Prediction Center, not Storm Prediction Center, but the AI, SIPs, and CSU learning models do have a risk zone on Thursday. And actually, this could actually be pretty significant on Thursdays potentially as well, as we watch for more severe weather. Not Thursday, Wednesday, sorry guys. As severe weather could be potentially upgraded as well to maybe a moderate or enhanced risk on Thursdays. We see multiple areas of severe weather, and then on Thursday, we see more severe weather as well, as there is not a highlighted area yet, and potentially on Friday across the Mid-Atlantic. So we have a severe weather outbreak that is likely to be possible starting on Monday, continue through Friday of next week. So we will be live streaming a lot on TikTok. We will be posting every single day on here and on TikTok as well. So make sure you guys are being alert for that. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what our severe weather threat looks like. And you can see that bowling ball trough moving in here on Monday, a negatively tilted trough. This is probably one of the most strongest troughs and lows that we've had all year this year. And I said that last weekend, but I didn't think we were going to get another significant severe weather threat yet the following week. But we can really see that strong southwesterly flow coming up there with that negative tilted trough. Watching this move east This goes more zonal, where we will have conditional day-to-day severe weather across the Ohio Valley, Southeast Dixie Valley, eastern Mississippi Valley, Ozark area, and Missouri Valley area as well. We'll be watching for all modes of severe weather, but this will help to bring in high dew points, instability, and as well as warm temperatures to support those Cape values. This really doesn't evolve and move out of the United States until about Saturday or Sunday. And then after that, we start to enter that week 3 period where we could see a quiet, dry period. A lot of the models have been hinting at, I've been saying this in the last couple of videos, for a dry period starting maybe Monday, May 13th through about May 20th, potentially. It's something we'll watch. The models do have the significant for severe weather coming back the last week of May, so we might have a 3rd week of quietness after we get through all this next week. That's if that trend does continue as well. I do want to show you guys another thing as well, and those are going to be those dew points. It is going to be very, very sticky. It's going to eventually feel tropical down here. When you see dew points pushing upper 70s to mid 70s, that is very tropical weather, and that is going to support significant severe weather. As we see on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're seeing dew points all the way up into the 60s and 70s as far as potential Wisconsin and Michigan. So this area is going to continue to be highlighted for significant severe weather as we go through Tuesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and watching those dew points creep even further north as that zonal jet stream starts to shift down south. That'll squeeze everything down south, and we'll start to see that severe weather dwindle as we get closer to Friday and Saturday. But it doesn't look to be that we have no severe weather, maybe potentially as far as until Monday of the following week. So we're about to enter that stretch where 6 to 8 days plus of significant severe weather are going to be possible. Make sure you guys have alerts on your phones for my live streams and videos. We're going to be keeping you guys safe through this next week of whatever this is going to be. Here's what the models are showing as far as the Euro. You can see that scattered activity just kind of continuing through Monday and Tuesday down south, and then that more organized severe weather event developing with a 976 millibar low here just a second ago, 982 by Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday morning, with that cold front extending down. So we'll be watching for significant severe weather to evolve across the Ohio Valley here on Tuesday. Be aware, guys, I might be chasing on Tuesday in Illinois. It's a conversation that still kind of needs to be figured out yet, but we're potentially there. And then on Wednesday, significant severe weather possibly across the Dixie and Ohio Valley as well. And then Thursday and Friday, day-to-day severe weather is kind of scattered throughout the southeast and mid-Atlantic, where Thursday night and Friday we could see maybe some severe weather down south as well. So once again, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Make sure you, like I said, have a way to have weather preparedness plans, have your alert plan in place, have a tornado action plan in place, as significant severe weather is going to be likely through the next 8 to 10 days potentially before this is kind of said and done and over with that potential outbreak happening on Monday. So I will see everybody on the stream on TikTok today. I'll see you guys back on YouTube here tomorrow for the next video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay safe. Have a wonderful day and a blessed weekend as well.